Well, how you doing, subscribers? How you doing, new viewers? I'm Ion Prime. Guys, thank y'all so much for joining me today. And really, I wanted to do something a little different, just having a more kind of informal conversation for the next few minutes because, I started this channel because gaming is a hobby that I absolutely love. And I will continue doing it for as long as I can. I very much enjoy it. It really does seem like our hobby is under attack lately, and it's nothing that we're doing, obviously. It's the way corporations are built nowadays, whether it's Sony, whether it's Nintendo, whether it's Microsoft. And I know that stings, but we still want to enjoy this hobby that we love. We still want to play the games that we want to play. And it's just, what's the best way to say it? It's just really sad that we're having to deal with what we're having to deal with right now. But unfortunately, all we can do is speak up. And that's what a lot of folks are doing, especially with Sony right now with their whole no disc policy. People are speaking out, and maybe that's enough to make some change. We shall see. It may not, though. We don't know. But, our hobby will go on despite what we want it to be. It's going to continue going on. And I think that's what and just to take a positive note on everything that's going on, that's kind of the way we need to look at it, is we just need to, continue enjoying the hobby that we enjoy. Now, you don't have to buy the new system to enjoy the hobby that we enjoy. So, that's why I like to show off my collection at the end of every one of my videos, because I have been in gaming since the NES days, and I absolutely, love the Nintendo Entertainment System. The one that I have at home is actually the one that I got when I was a kid. 1988, the Christmas of 1988 is when me and my sister opened up our Nintendo Entertainment System, and I've had the bug since then, and I still have that NES at home. It still works fantastic. I have a whole collection of great games that I can play on that NES system, and it's awesome. I love it. I love being able to pull out a game, Gauntlet is just one of the games in my collection here. I love being able to pull out the game, and I have the manual for it. I love being able to get to flip through the manual and read about the game, read about the different characters that are in here, and you might get a pointer or two to be able to play through the game, and that's just absolutely awesome. But, it's great, and I think that's the way that you can look at enjoying our hobby is, looking to the past. Having the new stuff is great, but how more advanced does the new stuff have to be? Because we had, the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4 was a pretty decent jump. PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 was a huge jump. PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, an even bigger jump. We're not seeing that much of a jump anymore. So are we really going to have that big a jump from PlayStation 5 to PlayStation 6? I don't think so. I think that's why that generation is going to continue going on well into the PlayStation 6's life, because you can still develop those games for the PlayStation 6 and be able to play them, or be able to put them on the PlayStation 5, and they will play absolutely fantastic on the PlayStation 5. Probably not going to be a whole lot of difference when they get on the PlayStation 6. But I go back and, we have the great games that we absolutely love throughout the years of gaming. Great RPGs that were on the PlayStation 1. Obviously, Legend of Dragoon, one of those. Final Fantasy series, one of those. Parasite Eve, Parasite Eve an RPG, but anyway. Those are great games. Those are great games that were on the system that we get to play, and we still get to play those games because, you have it on disc, pop the disc in the system, and get to play it. You get up to the PlayStation 2, and you get to play, the great fighting games that were on the PlayStation 2, the great RPGs that were on the PlayStation 2, the great racing games that were on the PlayStation 2. And again, you can still play those games today. And even on the PlayStation 3, even though that's kind of when, the whole digital store atmosphere came about, and, you still had, you could buy DLC for games that were on the disc, but for the most part, games are still on the disc. You just pop the disc in, get to play them. and that was it. And then you get into the PlayStation 4, and that's when, yes, you had games, the games would come out and the games would be on the disc, but you had a lot more digital games that you could just go out and buy. And a lot of people started moving over to that digital age in the PlayStation 4 era. And then you now get to the PlayStation 5 era, and you've got so many, you've got a lot more people that are loving the convenience of digital and going away from physical. But you still need to have physical. You still need to have the games on a disc to be able to play. But as we move forward with, these generations, just don't let it get you down. I know we're getting beat up right now because the hobby we love seems to be under attack from the very people that make the stuff for us to enjoy our hobby with. I know. But we can always still look to the past to be able to still enjoy our hobby. And I think that may be one of the small positive things that we can take out of this. But again, I love gaming. I'm always going to love gaming. I'm going to continue to collect for gaming. And I'm going to continue to enjoy gaming, whether I move on to the more modern systems or if I just stick with what I have already. And, that's what I think a lot of people may end up doing. A lot of people say, hey, I'm just going to switch to PC and play on PC. Well, that's cool. But man, with the way PCs are now, especially what they cost, yeah. But anyway, I hate that I hate that the hobby that we love is under attack, and I hate that we're having to deal with what we're having to deal with right now. I really am. And so, but I'm going to continue to bring the news each day. And what I like to do with my news stories is I want to stay away from those disappointing stories where we hear about the layoffs, where we hear about the price increases, where we hear about, these companies getting rid of certain things. And that's what I try to find. I like to try to find the kind of more off-the-wall stories, the more unusual stories that don't get into a lot of folks' videos. I follow Spawnwave. He's very knowledgeable, but a lot of his news videos are concentrated on the layoffs and on the bad things that are happening. And even Mystic Ryan, I follow him for all the PlayStation news. Even his Let's Talk PlayStations on Friday, really can kind of concentrate on the bad stuff that's going on. And not that I'm going to ignore the bad stuff, because I know it's out there, and that's what I'm talking about today. But I want to bring something a little different to the table to enjoy our hobby with. And so, yeah, that's why I'm going to find kind of those more smaller stories, those more off-the-wall stories. I was talking the other day about a guy that took the Game Boy camera and took a picture of Jupiter with it. That's the kind of stories that I want to bring to you. And what that does is that just goes to show that even though the modern landscape of gaming doesn't look too bright, we can still look back and remember how much that we love about gaming, why we got into gaming, why we do it. And that's why I wanted to do today's video. So if anything, just take from this, be like, man, this weekend I really want to play some games, but man, I just can't with everything going on. Well, do it. Go play some games, have some fun, because that's what this is for. This is for us to escape a little while and have some fun, and that's what this is all about. And go back in the past if you need to. Go back in the past and see what's out there. So again, just thank you so much for listening to this short conversation today. And even with everything going on, just enjoy your hobby. Okay, enjoy your hobby. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good, my friends. I promise. Well, again, I'm Ion Prime. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, like it. If you dislike it, just hit that dislike button. If you want to talk about, what I've talked about today and want to be a part of this conversation, do that in the comment section down below. Would love to have you along with the conversation of what I've talked about today and just enjoying your hobby of gaming. But guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. If you, I think that's it actually, because I don't have any sources to talk about today because I didn't do any news stories. If you like this like the video, like it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, become a follower. I'd love to have you. And just keep your controllers charged and have a good weekend doing some gaming. All right, I will talk to you guys again on Monday with some more gaming news. Thank you so much for watching today. Really do appreciate it.